So Mr. Enter is probably one of the most popular and also most hated animation cartoon reviewers out there. I see a lot of videos where they talk about, the problem with the cartoon community. Mr. Enter is always in it. A lot of people say he's boring and this and that. Me personally, I don't really watch Mr. Enter's content, but my friend Ricky sent me this video. Mr. Enter is discussing Total Drama, specifically Total Dramarama, and he's calling it an animation atrocity. Now, yeah, Dramarama's not the best, and you can see I've watched a little bit of this video, and I wasn't gonna make a video on this. I had no intentions, thought didn't even cross my mind, until I started getting into it more and I realized how misinformed this review really is. So I decided to make a response video and just kind of comment on everything and just basically go over what he got wrong. And this isn't a video bashing Mr. Enter. Like I said, I've never watched him. It's just the only stuff that I've ever heard of him is the majority of the people that I've talked to about him don't like him. That's not me saying that you shouldn't like him for that reason. It's just kind of a random thing. That's the only thing I've really heard of him, is that he's just not liked by a lot of people. It's not a dig at him, it's just a fact. So anyways, I'm going to go through this, I'm going to show clips from his video, and I'm going to comment on them, and then there's some that I haven't seen yet, so then I'll just be reacting to them live. The majority of it I haven't seen anyways. Also, while you guys can see my screen, kindest regards, Whit Lowry. Listen to this song. It is such a powerful song. Alright, anyways, I'm getting off topic. Animated Atrocities number 153, Total Dramarama.
Unnecessary spin-off for a show that's been going on for far too long, from a franchise that should really die off because they've already done everything possible with it and most likely don't have any ideas left.
I'm going to comment on that a little bit later because he said something that really sparked me to want to make this entire video about, so specifically he said, this is a franchise that has gone on way too long and it needs to die off because they're running out of ideas. That point is very interesting whenever he says another thing down the video, and I'll come back to this point whenever we get there.
People have been requesting me to do a review from the Total Drama series, and I always said no because the show goes against my style in a variety of ways. The Total Drama series was one of the few Western cartoons that told an ongoing narrative, and reviewing one random episode from it would be like reviewing one chapter out of a book.
He mentioned how it goes against his standards, or it goes against his rules because it has a lot of continuity to it. To that, I can just say you could review the first episode of a season. The episode doesn't necessarily have to be one that has no story to it. You could literally just pick any episode from the Total Drama franchise and just say, I love this episode, blah, 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 and then say because it continued this storyline and there was build-up and everything like that. And then you could just say, for those of you who have never seen this, watch the previous episodes. That's their fault if they haven't seen it. You can't accommodate everybody. Not everybody's going to have seen episodes from a show, so you just talk about it yourself.
My opinion on the franchise as a whole, I watched the first 3 seasons, and the first one was really the only one that had any magic to me. The second season felt like a very bare-bones rehash, and the third one was actually surprisingly okay, despite it being a musical season for no real reason at all. Like, not even an in-universe. Chris, the host, just wants everyone to burst into song at one random point in the episode because... A lot of the reason that I did watch and like the original season was because I really liked Survivor-type shows, and most people seem to back in that era.
Okay, Mr. Enter seems like the type of person who wants everything possible in a show to have an amazing narrative to it, amazing writing, amazing reasons. He reminds me a lot of Phantom Strider, because Phantom Strider is very picky with his shows, and he wants every show to be pertained to him. He's very, very out of his element in the cartoon community, really, in my opinion. But what I'm getting from Mr. Enter here is that he just wanted, he wants too much from something. It's like, there doesn't have to be a rhyme or reason for it to be a musical season. They wanted to change it up, so they made it a musical season, and he said, oh, they're just being random for the sake of being random. I disagree. You gotta keep in mind, this came out in 2010. 2010 was the era of, High School Musical, and musicals were poppin', so they were like, hey, they like that, all the kids like musicals, we like musicals, let's try to do something with this. It wasn't like the entire season, just every 5 minutes they were la 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 la, singing a song. It was once an episode, sometimes twice. It wasn't really that big of a deal. Also, how he mentioned that he's only seen the first 3 seasons, hold on to that.
Oh yeah, Cartoon Network was so bad at making cartoons in the late 2000s that the only good things on the network was imported from another country.
That thing I want to comment on real quick too, it doesn't really pertain to Total Drama as a whole, but he said that Cartoon Network is so bad at making their own shows that they had to import all of their best shows at the time from Canada, from Teletoon, Fresh TV. I disagree with that completely. Total Drama was airing from 2008, 2007 in Canada, but hit the States in 2008. And the original Total Drama series went to 2014. It's still technically alive. Like, a lot of people consider it dead and gone, but it's still technically in the realm, like on hiatus while they're doing this new stuff. But Total Drama went from 2008 to 2014. Around that time, you had all of these kind of shows coming in. Steven Universe came in. About 2013, I think Steven Universe came in. 2010, regular show. 2010, Amazing World of Gumball. Adventure Time came around this time. A lot of awesome shows came around this time, and they weren't imported from Canada, so I disagree with that statement.
Now, shows like Survivor, which Total Drama Island parodied, they have their longevity because they're able to bring in a new cast with new personalities every single season, to the point where bringing back previous contestants was always a surprise special season. Total Drama did not have that luxury. For one, it takes actual work to come up with new characters for an animated series. If you want to find a contestant for a reality television series, just hold auditions. But secondly, it wasn't really a criticism when I said that the characters on the show were teen stereotypes. They were teen stereotypes by design. Every single one of them were designed to be the embodiment of said stereotype. So, if a second season of Total Drama brought forth another delinquent stereotype, that character would act a bit too much like Duncan. If they brought forth another fat kid stereotype, he'd act a bit like Owen. I mean, they could have picked new stereotypes, but the first season had over 20 of them, so you'd be plunging the bottom of the barrel very quickly. They could abandon the stereotype thing altogether, but once again, that takes hard work, and it kind of takes away from some of what makes Total Drama Island unique. In the end, in the second season, they didn't add any new characters at all. In the third season, though, they added 2 new characters, and immediately ran into the problems of their concept, with Alejandro just being another Heather 2.0.
I completely disagree with what he just said. He mentioned how Total Drama is based on stereotypes, which is a very obvious, it's a true statement. But then he says that Alejandro is Heather 2.0 solely for the fact that he's a villain. Just because you're a villain does not make you similar to another person. Yeah, I mean, you can be similar to it, but that doesn't make you a blatant copy of them. They're completely different people, insanely different characteristics, personal traits, everything like that. They just happen to play a game similar. He's only looking at Heather and Alejandro as the same person because he's only seen the first 3 seasons.
Finally, in like the 4th or 5th or whatever season, they finally did add a whole host of new characters. And they hit both problems. These new characters were either like people we've seen before, or their concepts were so off the wall that it really felt like jumping the shark. If my research is correct, one of the seasons actually went with the evil twin trope. In my mind, Total Drama became one of those shows like Ben 10 or The Simpsons or The Fairly Odd Parents. Just something that's always on, but nobody knows why it's on anymore because it hasn't had any intrigue or relevance for years.
Did you see what just happened there? He talks about how seasons 4 and 5 and 5.5, all of these new characters that came back were flops and they weren't good because they just missed the problem of the repeating stereotypes and this and that. Keep in mind, he has literally not seen the seasons. How are you going to criticize characters from a show you've never seen? He mentions how he did research and they did the evil twin trope. Yeah, they did. Did you watch it? Did you see if it worked out or not? Does every show have to be 100% original in what they do? This is a show based off of stereotypes, and apparently there's only 22. He's acting like there's not enough stereotypes for the show to come on. Eventually they will run into the problem of not enough stereotypes, and they'll just have to repeat some, but you gotta understand that they're not always similar. You can't criticize characters from seasons you've never seen. You don't know how they act, you see them on paper, maybe, and that's it. I'm not trying to dig at Mr. Enter here, but it's just like, this is a very misinformed and uneducated video, and it's kind of annoying. It's cool that you've seen the first 3 seasons. They're very good seasons, but watch the rest of the series if you're going to criticize the entire series. Or at least do it like Vale did. Vale's only seen the first 3 seasons, but at least he said, hey, I've only seen the first 3 seasons, so I'm only going to criticize them. Mr. Enter is criticizing seasons that he's never even seen before.
Total Drama Island was based on reality TV shows, a genre not really known to appeal to a very young audience. One who might want to watch a baby spin-off. The only group of people who would want to watch a baby spin-off. Total Drama Island, there were characters who did awful things to each other, censored nudity, mild swearing, tons of gross out.
Hang on, was he just upset about the censored nudity? It's a cartoon, not a hentai porno, dude.
But this isn't a parody of a reality show. At best, it's a parody of a baby's cartoon. And baby's cartoons don't have confession cams. If you want to keep it as a mainstay of the franchise, you need to explain why there's a confession cam in this show.
No, you don't. You don't need to explain that at all. Modern Family has a confession cam. I've noticed a lot of people complain about the confession cam in this, but it keeps one of the original aspects of the series alive, and so I love that. Also, like I just said, Modern Family has a confession cam. There's many cartoons that have confession cams. So The Loud House has a similar confession cam where he looks right at the camera and talks to it. Malcolm in the Middle. It's a thing that happens. Doesn't need to be explained, it's just an aspect of the show. But the explanation for this is writing on the wall. It's total drama. They had confessionals, they wanted to keep them. That's basically it.
For the last time, Jude.
Wait, Jude. Okay, this is one of the more confusing moves. Jude is a character imported from another Cartoon Network show that they imported from Teletoon named 16. And I don't know why. Doesn't Total Drama have enough characters? You needed to pull a character from another show. Is this supposed to connect their universes together for some arbitrary reason? I mean, like, why?
It was just a reference. It was a fun thing for the fans. The fans have been wanting this for years, so they did it. I'm glad that they did that. It's one of the reasons why I actually watched the show. It's pretty obvious an alternate universe, and I understand that some people don't see that. It really bugs me whenever people will criticize this and say, oh, it doesn't make any sense. Why would they be knowing each other if they met at the island, this and that? It's like, common sense, y'all. Literally, obviously, it is an alternate universe. You can do whatever you want in an alternate universe. Hence why Jude is in there. Nikki's in episode 2. They can do anything, bro. So that was the video. I think I've given every thought that I want to give. I don't know, dude. I don't understand. This review is very misinformed, the first half of it. And then, I mean, he reviews Dramarama, and that's fine, that's whatever. I don't even know if I'm going to include anything from his actual review of the episode, just because not a lot happened. He basically just stated the obvious on a lot of things, but I'll probably include the part about Jude just because that's something that I wanted to talk about. But, I mean, that's really it. I just had to talk about this because it's just such a misinformed video. It just bugged me that he was bashing the entire show and all of the characters whenever he had only seen the first original cast. But anyways, guys, that's really all I have for you in this video. Please like the video if you did enjoy. Comment down below what you think of the video, and in the comments down below, let me know what you guys thought about this video. I'll leave the link in the description down below for you guys to watch the entire thing. I just expected more out of Mr. Enter for this. You know, you'd think that for a channel that has almost 300,000 subscribers, he would have had a little bit backing this review. Again, I'm not trying to bash him. I don't know him personally. It's just out of this video, I'm just not really impressed by this video. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And if you guys haven't already, please subscribe. We are so close to 15,000. We're less than 100 away, and it's insane. I'm beyond grateful for all the support, and I wanted to make a goal to see if we could hit 15,000 by August 24th. Today's the 20th. We're only 4 days away, so let's see if we can hit it. So yeah, if you guys haven't already, please subscribe. I hope you guys have yourselves a fantastic day, week, and life. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Peace out.
They like Savage, why you got a 12-car garage and you only got 15 cars? Cause we all just wanna be big rock stars and live in hilltop houses driving 15 cars. The girls come easy and the drugs come cheap.